I've spent months reading every anthropological and ethnographic report of the Haitian zombie, researching the pharmacology, toxicity, and biosynthesis of TTX, pouring through books on occult magic, medicinal plants of the Caribbean, animal sacrifice, voodoo theology, and African folklore, hoping to grasp the strange phenomenon of zombification.
You always have to investigate the belief system that mediates the pharmacological event or the pharmacological possibility. So that really led to the second phase of the investigation. Well, what is a zombie? And the quintessential act of making a zombie is a magical act.
Haiti was once one of the most valuable pieces of land in the world, exporting well over 100 million pounds of sugar each year, in addition to the finest indigo, coffee, and tobacco plants with the largest leaves in the Caribbean. Today, after centuries of kleptocratic politicians and religious oppression, Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. The city is unimaginably chaotic. The streets, alleys, and canals are littered with a skin of organic matter. Peels, husks, and shells of every imaginable food line the sides of the road, waist high like snowbanks. The past 100 years have been especially turbulent for Haiti, including more than 10 U.S. military interventions and an occupation from 1915 to 1934. U.S. Marines returned home with weird tales of potions, black magic, and the living dead. They published their stories in pulp novels which served to inspire a series of horror movies, in doing so sculpting the American concept of the zombie. Charles Adams was a frequent guest at the Olivson Hotel and used its facade to inspire the Adams family mansion. The Gothic gingerbread architecture bursts with every sort of Victorian ornamentation imaginable. Fretwork spandrels, dentate bargeboard pendants, openwork lintels, turned wood balusters, gabled dormers, and spires clad in corrugated iron. Essentially, it looks like a giant haunted doily. Each night I sleep in the Jean-Claude Van Damme suite, named in honor of the great Belgian martial artist and star of Time Cop. I walk downstairs and meet my guide and bodyguard, Alex, who's going to take me to a voodoo ceremony deep in the hills of Port-au-Prince.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, it's a pleasure to be with you.
Yes. Good. How are you?
He is a very large man. He tells me that he was shot in the face 14 times, twice in the eye, and it makes it difficult for him to drink alcohol. He also tells me Haiti is the only place on Earth where people can fly.
What time is it? The show starts.
It's 10 to 7.
In Haiti, conversations vacillate between rational and utterly fantastical.
I remember the first week or so I was in Haiti, I just felt I was just blown away by the sense of the spiritual. Where did we get this idea of voodoo as kind of evil or black magic? It really goes back to the fact that if you're to name the great religions of the world, what do you say? You know, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Islam, Hinduism, whatever. There's always one continent left out, you know, sub-Saharan Africa, and the tacit assumption being that black people had no religion. Well, of course, by ethnographic definition, they did.
Voodoo is much more than zombification and poisoning. In fact, these are fringe matters most priests do not concern themselves with. Tonight, we've been invited to attend a bi-yearly ceremony to celebrate Baron Samedi, the god of the graveyard. They paint sacred symbols, or veves, on the ground with powdered cornmeal. Each veve symbolizes a different loa, or god. Each room of the peristyle has a shrine adorned with human skulls, swords, crutches, potions, and bottles of Carlo Rossi filled with the extract of 21 hot peppers. The loa must be fed. I smoke several fat J's and begin to appreciate the power of the music even more. The ceremony is a true feat of religious endurance, lasting well over 8 hours. A woman straddles a child's chair, her face contorted. She's wincing and bouncing as if the chair itself were possessed. For reasons that are slightly unclear, the Loa of Love, Erzuli, asks for my hand in marriage. I'm hesitant at first. Alex informs me that if I ever have sex on a Thursday again for the rest of my life, I will be killed. I ask for a moment to consider my options, but am given no choice, and accept Erzuli's hand in marriage. As an offering to the Petroloa, a well-fed sow is led into the center of the peristyle. The music stops. They saw open the pig's throat with a dull knife, digging around in its neck, pulling out veins and arteries like wires from a circuit breaker, while draining its blood into a large ceramic dish. This is a sacred act, not of animosity, but of love and tenderness. The pig is now an ambassador, serenely ascending into the heavens with a message for the gods. A man is mounted by a loa. He fills his mouth with a cheeseburger-sized pile of burning embers and begins to wildly spit sparks with strands of black saliva dripping down his face. He eats not just a piece of coal, but a 3-course meal consisting entirely of burning embers. It would be a great understatement to say, I am very impressed.
Il fait cérémonie, il levé invisiblement.
Il dit est-ce que c'est eux-mêmes qui préparent pour là pour faire tourner les zombies?
Oui,
Pour faire hein?
Ça c'est mon nid.
C'est tête pour nous?
Tête pour nous. Après, on peut préparer mon avis pour les zombies.
Est-ce qu'on est capable de dire qui À qui ça pour pas le faire poudre là?